I haven't done this ever, but I guess you guys are going to experience it firsthand. I am wandering towards the lake here where I live, and interesting stuff. I don't really think that per se good spot, but I'm gonna wander over here. I see little ant hills. Okay, let's uh let's get to the main potatoes. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get to the main event here. So I'm wearing my Meta Ray-Ban display smart glasses. Uh, Interesting. Sorry, I heard a um. Oh, I need to get off the Wi-Fi. Yeah, there we go. I was still connected to the house Wi-Fi because we're. I think that's it. Yeah, that's the house. So now we're good. So I've had these for about a week ish, a little bit over a week because it's Wednesday. It was 1 week, so we'll say a week and a half. I've had them for a week and a half. They've been out for 2 weeks. Um, and I'm just eager to get out my review so people understand what they're getting with the Meta Ray-Ban display and the Neuroband. Um, as of right now, I am a big advocate to what is it? I'm a big advocate about looking at what the product has available to it at the point of sale. Um, but the only reason why I give the display smart glasses a little extra is because I guess I have a broken pair. I had the first generation, um, I think they were called the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. So it was pretty much these minus the, oh, there's a grasshopper. Squirrel! Minus the display. So everything was verbal. It was played back in the ear where the speakers right here on either side. You had the touch screen. But with the display and the Neuroband, everything changes, which is cool. I'm all for it. But I think the biggest thing is to know that I had that for what, a year and 3 months before they announced these in September. And unfortunately, my other ones broke. Um, it wasn't something I did, and it wasn't per se something. Well, I guess it was something that happened to the product itself. Um, but they never were able to tell me because they never asked for the product back to even like go in and test it and check on it and stuff like that. But something about the battery not connected, being connected to, so maybe it was a software bug that really just overall broke it. But yeah, they had many different pieces of software. Like I went through multiples of updates over that year and a half or year and 3 months. So knowing that these are here, knowing that there was already talks of an app store, etc., it really shows that there's going to be a future of things to come um, associated with this hardware. Now, I know it's Gen 1 hardware with the display, but it's like technically what, third generations, two, second and a half generations for everything else. So, um, yeah, I am looking forward to it on that side. So, I have personally had a small bug, and I think I put it out on the, um, what's the word? I think I put it out there on the different Facebook groups. If not, I think I need to put it out there a little bit more detailed. But if I'm using the glasses and listening to music or something, and I put the display to sleep, every once in a while it'll get like this weird disconnect where like if you've had any of these smart glasses from Meta, it's like having a Quest. When you put it on, it kind of goes doo-doo-doo, and it like connects. It kind of, because there's a sensor on here that tells when it's on your face, so it knows to like play music, and if you take them off, it stops the music. Well, this bug that I've been getting is actually what is the word I'm looking for? I'll be listening to the music will pause, I'll hear doo-doo-doo, and it'll like act like I took them off my head. And if I double tap my finger together to wake it back up, it'll make the reconnecting noise, and then I have the ability to play it. My workaround on that is to completely unpair the neuroband. When you unpair the glasses, you have to unpair the neuroband, and you have to go into the software and pair them both back, and then you have to connect your different Facebook and WhatsApp and all that stuff, which is unfortunate because it's an extra couple steps. But I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of doing my own little workarounds. Um, I went and modified the names of the band and the glasses inside the Meta app to like Chris's, and I noticed that it happened when that. But if I don't go in and modify those names, it doesn't do it. So I've noticed that it's not doing it right now. Like, and that means like over the last couple days or the last day, I guess. But um, I heard that not only, sorry, there's people over there having fun in the grass off yonder. I noticed that they can update the Meta AI app, which is the whole thing that syncs with, that the glasses and the band sync with, and not actually update the glasses. Like the glasses will get software updates, but they can do other updates from the other side. So that could fix little bugs here and there. So possibly I got an update that I'm not aware of. The other thing that's never, oh, they like disappeared. I heard the noise. They were there. I turned back and look, and they're gone. That's weird. Um, but anywho, um, I did notice that I haven't had that bug, and I'm wondering if it was actually a connectivity thing between the Meta AI app and the glasses and the band. So maybe I'm just lucky. Another thing. Oh shoot, did I turn that on? There we go. Um, I don't know. I guess not really anything else big. I'm literally grasping at straws, but that disconnect and reconnect thing, that's kind of big when you're wearing it all the time. Like these are my day-to-day glasses. I take them off for like a half an hour during lunch to charge them. Um, and I really try to keep them off my face for the whole half an hour because by my halfway through my shift, I usually get to about 50%. And I'm usually just doing like quick little snips of like checking. But I know at the end of the night, I'm going to put on, if necessary, put on a little bit of music or something, just like super, super quiet background music. But that's not always the case either. So I'd rather be up in the 90s before that happens. Now, the Neuroband, if I start the day at 50%, I guarantee that I'm probably going to make it. I think I made it home when I didn't charge it. Oh my gosh, these birds are multiplying. It's crazy. These little white birds. Um, Noticing that uh, if I start a day with the battery on my band at 50%, I can get home with like 12%, which is good. You know, it still works. It's not limited because it's literally just senses that it's reading. So that's pretty cool. But if I started at 100% like I did now, and it's what? Let me check. It is, go back over. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon. So I'll be able to make it through the entire day, and I'm still going to plan on going to Disney with these on. And the only thing that the only thing that really takes the battery away is any time you're recording. Taking a photo, that's little potatoes, but like doing like a recording of a 3-minute ride or something, it's going to take like 10 to 15% when you get done. I do hope that there'll be a part of this that they do enable like Instagram Live, but I understand if they decide to pass on that with this because your battery is already killing while you're using the display and things like that. Granted, you could go live on the non-display glasses before, and if you don't go live, or if you go live with those, you're going to kill the battery, but you don't have to deal with the display. So this is just like doubling up on that battery death. Um, I think Instagram Live on those was about, what was it, like about 45 minutes to an hour. So with the displays, you're probably looking at like a half an hour going live, which I mean, you're just only going to go live for a minute. Like the tech inside is great, but the battery life is always going to be an issue. Let's just be honest, it's always going to be an issue with these because you always want more. But I want to see more third-party companion apps. One thing that I would love to see Meta do is I know right now, like I only get the messages, like I can hear the alert, the sound of my phone getting an alert from all sorts of apps that I have and things like that. But you only get WhatsApp, Instagram messages, like Facebook Messenger, your messages, like your text messages. Now, I'm using an Android, I'm using a Pixel, so that could be different. Um, and is there any other notifications I'm forgetting? They're migrating over here. Oh, can I turn it? Yeah. I know this is not relevant, but these little white birds with the pink legs and the pink beaks, they just like dig for like ants and worms and stuff in the dirt. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, you only get the notification of the apps that are built in. And I live in a small city and they don't have navigation. But if I uh, navigate to Orlando for something I was looking up, it actually shows the ability for me to start navigation. Now, of course, it's walking. So it's like, this is 7 hours and it's like 21 miles, which I could get there in a car pretty quickly, like a half an hour. But it was really cool to actually be able to see. Like normally you see the map like this when you're just looking at it, but if you go into navigation, it tilts it down and then you can actually like, walk down the street and then it'll say take a left and you take a left and the whole thing like pivots. So it is kind of cool to see that. Um, Anywho, um, I would say overall, if you're an early adopter or if you had these and you would love to have that display capability, I know that it's actually funny. They're back ordered right now. I'm actually going to go to my Meta display or demo, not to demo them because I own them, but I want to ask the Meta rep a few questions possibly. Um, but I want to do that because this would be the day I would do it. So if I hadn't gone to the Best Buy nearby and purchased it and did at least the online order part on the 30th when they launched, I would be going to the demo and knowing that I was probably sometime in early January before I got these glasses. So shout out to my roommate for pushing me to be like, yeah, if you want them, you should go get them. Like, even if, do the best you can to get them. And sure enough, I was technically the first person to the Best Buy. And yeah, so I'm happy. But yeah, if you want to wait for second generation, no harm, no foul. The only thing is that I feel like second generation, they may add a second display. I know I've let like everybody and their mom try these on, and I've kept the Neuroband on, so I show them like I'm swiping and things like that. And they're like, wow, that's so cool. But you can definitely tell, and some people are like, wow, my eye is strained looking to the right, which is true. It took me about an hour for my brain to kind of realize both eyes were looking to the right, and one of them was definitely needing to read. And sometimes, occasionally, I'll squint my left eye just because your eyes are trying to focus on something that doesn't exist. And there's one time I was itching my eye and I had the display on and I was like, oh man, I can't see it. And I'm like, oh, it's because I'm itching my right eye and there's nothing in this other display. But your brain kind of gets past that. And um, yeah, it's cool. And I say the novelty is starting to wear off, but it's a day-to-day usage thing, and I really enjoy it from beginning to end every day. Um, I think just as people are saying, like, this is Tony Stark technology, and like, I don't even wear my watch anymore. I mean, I was thinking about continuing to wear my watch just so I get more accurate, like, steps and heart rate and things like that. But in the end, I feel like I know that they could technically put all this technology into a watch. The only thing is I don't know if I'd want a Meta watch. I'd rather have like the Google Watch, and then if they have the ability to add the software. But then you're dealing with, I don't know if anybody's seen this, so I'm going to take it off really quick cuz this is like, the glasses are great. The smart stuff that's been around. But these little sensors, these are what read the electric impulses that come down your muscles to your fingertips to decide like when to move your fingers, and that's where it reads it to tell you to wake the screen, to move through the screen. The gestures are just the beginning, and I believe that there's going to be more gestures in the future and more capability outside of just these glasses. I think you're going to be able to use it to control many different things around your house. Oh, they got like a little disturbed there. They almost took off and flew away, but they took off and flew like an extra 5 feet. Okay. So, and I question if the size 3 band is right because I'm like right on the edge. You can't really, yeah, you can see that it's not that far till I get to the actual sensor that, like, where you charge it and stuff, like the brains of the thing. So it's like I'm right on the edge of that. But I think it's great. Um, so, final thoughts to end this stream, to end the live about my week and a half with this is I love it. You can see that the tint has happened, so that does make it easier. In my eyes, it doesn't feel like it tinted that much, and they were always very light transitions, but I can still like wake up the screen, see it, and then I can obviously go in like right now because it is bright out. The screen brightness is all the way up. Um, but uh, battery life could be, it's lackluster in my mind, but at the same time, it's like, dude, the battery is like that big, and then the processing is over here. I don't think they have two batteries. I think they just have one on one side and then everything else on the other side, because then you'd be dealing with overheating all the time. So, battery's good. Uh, what it can do is a little lackluster. I mean, I'm used to the other one, so I know the different features it could have, and not having live right now is okay because how often did I go live for my glasses? Um, there were times I'm on early access, and that always seemed to bump heads with the software. And it's like, oh, you have to disconnect all the Bluetooth devices. So maybe they're working on that part of it, where it just kind of had issues. Um, because it really needs like all the throughput on Bluetooth to keep the signal good. Um, but I've definitely recorded walking around Disney, and then I post on Instagram like a little bit later. It would be nice if I could post to my story directly from the glasses. I know that it's like if your video is under 15 seconds, you can send it to someone, but I thought you could put it like in your feed or something. It actually has to go to a person. So I was taking all these like, minute clips, and then I was posting it after they downloaded to my phone. But either way, uh, I think it's amazing. It blows me away every day. It's almost started to become like back into that regular usage situation. So I'll give you guys updates just like this when I get into an early access. I'm really looking forward to trying the writing thing, or where you use your finger to write out letters. Um, Captioning is amazing. Um, it's only available in English, but we have our 4 languages for translation at the moment, waiting for those two, Portuguese and German, to come, because we have a lot of Portuguese people here in the southern Florida area, and it'd be really nice to turn that on and be able to communicate with them. So, um, yeah, style is good. I know it's a little chunkier, but if you think about what's in here, that's what you're getting. So I will leave you guys with that. And I don't think there were any comments on my last video about having it for like a week. But I'll see you guys in the future videos related to this. And good news, side note, my Pixel 10 Pro Fold payment was just taken. I was on back order, so that should be shipping out hopefully today. That's because it's still early. I would hope it could, if they take the payment, that means it's probably going to ship out today. And fingers crossed, I see it no later than like Friday. That would just be amazing to have it on my second day off. But you never know. They're good about even doing like overnighting possibly. So maybe I see it tomorrow. But if not, definitely Friday is my thought with the payment going through today and it being so early. So I'll just keep tracking it and then we'll have an unboxing and we'll do the review on that. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.